We're going to talk about how to write a treble clef, bass clef, and a grand staff. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the treble clef. I'm going to set up right up here at the top staff of my manuscript paper. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little tiny circle on the second line over here of my manuscript paper, of the staff, and then I'm going to kind of make a spiral out. So it's going to go up to the line above, it's going to circle down to the line below, and then we're going to come all the way up over the staff, make a loop down through the circle and into a tail. Okay, I'm going to do that again. This time I won't stop. So I'm going to have a little circle here on the second line, spiral up, back down, loop, and down through, making a little tail. Some of these are better than others. I don't happen to have great handwriting, but you get the idea. Spiral up, down, up, through the circle and into a little tail. And you always want to make sure to do this in pencil, because if you're like me, you're going to be erasing a lot, especially if you don't have the best penmanship. Bass clef, much easier. I'll do it down here on the second staff. I'm going to make another little circle, but this time I'm going to do it at the second line from the top. Okay, and then I'm going to spiral up to the line above, just like I did with the treble clef, but this time I'm going to come back down all the way to the bottom, like this. Much more simple. Then I'm just going to make two little dots right over here around that same line. And do that one more time. There's my circle. Fix that a little bit, and then I'm going to spiral up, down all the way to the bottom, and then I'll make my two little dots. This time I'll do it without stopping. There's my circle, and I'm going to go up all the way back down to the bottom with two little dots. That's it. I strongly recommend making at least 10 of these each, and try to keep going back to the first one when you're looking for reference. You can see, like, especially my treble clef, my first one is much better than my third one, so I don't want to copy my third one. I want to look back at what my highest quality was. So now let's say I want to make a grand staff, which is just basically the way we set up notation for a piano. Now, if you are like me, it might be helpful to use some kind of straight edge. I'm just going to use a little piece of paper. I'm going to make my first line, and I'm going to line it up right over here where the staves start. I'm going to do it like this, and then I'm just going to draw a line connecting them. And I would even do this every time I have a bar line. I might use a straight edge. Might be easier to do it this way, but for the purposes of filming, I'm kind of going opposite direction. I'm going to put my treble clef on the top. I'm going to put my bass clef on the bottom. And I'm just going to make a little bracket to connect the two. Do it one more time. This time I'll put my straight edge over here on this side. Okay, I went a little bit past the staff there. So I'll make my treble clef, and that's not a very good treble clef. Let me try that one more time. There we go. I'm going to make my treble clef, and I'll make my bass clef, and I make this little bracket to connect it. And that's it. You know, these days, a lot of what I do is on the computer, so I don't use this a whole lot so much anymore, except for when I'm doing music theory and examples and things like that. But if you prefer to do old pencil and paper rather, notation, practice. Get better at it as you go, just like anything else. If you found that video helpful, please click the subscribe button below to find more videos just like it.